going to pull it too far. Last time I pulled it to a bit further onto the field, because wherever you pull it to, obviously it's going to get a lot of chicken muck from the wash. And I washed it here a couple of years in a row, so I decided to move it to a different place last year. But I'm not going to risk dragging it across the field this time. Are they low, are they? I knew they would be a bit low, but it's not completely flat.
Oh, it is. So that's pretty flat.
It does look flatter now. Spread the weight though, lovely.
Yeah.
Is the other one flat? That's probably good enough there, isn't it? Not going mad. Oh, there's air in that one.
That one's out.
I think I ended up letting some out of the other one because to try and lower the side to level it off. Right, we'll drop them back legs down.
You have to put the back ones down first, and then you lift the front up to put the weight on the back ones, and then drop the front ones down, and then drop it down. Well, I'd like to start this video by apologising because I filmed a load of footage over what we did for this video. Those cows are hungry. I'm just waiting for Dan to bring the JCB so I can put a bale out. But yeah, we filmed a load of footage for this video and none of it saved on my memory card, so for the next video I'm going to have to get a new memory card. I've ordered one, but hopefully this will record now. But basically we filmed loads of clips of me and Dan hanging these gates. We've hung these gates, we put the panels in, and yeah, we were just, and those barriers I think, which was all supposed to be in this video, but none of it saved. So I'm just explaining what we did. We got this pen ready, we got cattle in this pen, so we've just expanded the yard a bit. Basically we can keep an extra 10-11 cattle up here, and we're really happy with how it's turned out with that pen. We got the water trough in, so yeah, we had a complete move round. We put cattle, we brought a bunch of cattle up from the calf shed up into this yard. We sold a couple, but basically we had 14 to bring up, I think, or 15. So we made space for another 10, 11. We sold 4, and yeah, we had a big, just a big switch round. Dan's just making a water trough for the new shed pen. All it is an old 200 litre drum with the top chopped off, and then we just put a ball valve in, and then we just put these bars in to stop them, which seems to work, stopping them breaking the ball valve. Dan's actually shortened that valve because normally they would come right out to here somewhere, but having those 2 bars in stops them snapping the arm off the ball valve. And I've made a couple of them now and they all seem to work quite well, so if it seems like it's pointless changing the design that works. So yeah, one water trough costs probably about £5, although Dan has used some really heavy duty 10mm bolts, which seem a bit overkill, but that's probably double the price of this trough. And I've got a huge box of bolts. In a minute he's going to tell me they're stainless steel. Just put the second panel in and it's gone in like a glove. Can't quite believe it, we haven't had to cut them down at all. This one we put in yesterday and we finished it off this morning. We just had to cut like a 10mm notch out of that concrete just so it would push against the post. but that one's gone in. We've had to sit that one down a bit lower because the ground falls away, and we don't really want it to have it sat on built up ground because we don't want water coming in underneath it, so we've let that one sit down a lot lower, which is a shame because we've got a step in it, but we can't put this one any lower because it's sat on the concrete. Really, that would have done with, we could have had a 1.2 panel in there and 1.5 there, and it would have looked right then, but it's all right, quite happy with that. So just need to get some brackets made up so that we can attach the panels to these posts. This is what Dan's come up with for the other side, which I think will work. We're just clearing up some of these trees that fell down in the storm on the weekend. I think it was the weekend. I think Ireland got the storm a lot worse than us, and places in Scotland. They were saying that over there they were having winds over 100 mile an hour, but we certainly didn't get that here. I would say we had maybe 50 to 70 mile an hour winds, but nothing major. And these trees that have fallen down, these two were lying on top of the roof. I've just lifted them off with a digger, and that one that's over there, they're all dead. It's not like we weren't expecting them to blow down. I mean, all of these trees really have died. They've just come to the end of their life, we think, and they're too close together. There's too much competition. Whether or not the hen muck in the hen range has had anything to do with it or not, we don't know, but there's a lot of clearing up to do. But in the short term, we just need to get these trees off this roof, repair the gutter, and then we're going to try and scrape all this slop off. There is a drain that runs from where that IBC is up here, where that pipe is there we've put in. It's underneath that, and then it goes all the way up to that post. But it's clearly not taking any of the water away, because the water just sits in this bowl where we've been scraping the muck away. We've ended up with a bit of a bowl. It's a bit of a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrape all the slop off the top and take it away, and just for now we're going to bring in some dry soil. We've got a big pile of soil in those trees. We're going to tip off to level it off, and then we're going to see if we can find a drain. It's underneath that post somewhere where the drain finishes. We're going to expose that and see if we can wash the drain out with a drain jetter. It seems to work fine because we've had the gutter going into there the last couple of months. Dan put these new gutters on the shed, and the gutter pipes went into that pipe, and the water seems to go away fine, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything from there up to here, so it might just be worth running the jetter up. So that's what we're going to do. We're just desperately trying to get ready. Dan's been doing some pressure washing in there this morning, and hopefully he's going to come out and do a bit more, because it's Tuesday today, and we've got hens coming on Thursday, and we're just quite behind. We're supposed to be getting calves in this Friday, but whether or not we'll get to that remains to be seen, because we still haven't mucked the shed out. But so anyway, I'm going to keep chopping these trees up and get them out of the way, and then I'll start work on scraping all this slop up. I'll have to go and get a trailer. That's the plan, and hopefully Dan will get some more pressure washing done, because it's I don't know where he's up to, but this shed usually isn't too bad, but the problem is that we just haven't had. You need to be able to stick at it, really. Oh, he's done a fair bit of the floor, and then we'll leave all these feeders. He'll wash them last, and the nest boxes. But yeah, the trouble is with doing a bit of washing and then leaving it 2 days and then coming back, it all dries up, and you sort of have to start from scratch. Whereas if you can get it all done while it's wet, it comes off a lot easier. So happy days. Well, we've scraped all the slop off here, taken it all away. And then Dan's just dug down to try and find this drain. We've just found it, but it was a bit further away than we thought it would be. So that drain basically runs straight down to that, where that IBC is. But it never really did work very well. I don't know whether there's enough fall on it really. I did it all by hand, well, with the digger, just by eye really. And I did put quite a few drains in, and all the others seemed to work really well, but this one never did. This water just sits on here and doesn't really ever go away, but it might be just because it's clay. It's just solid clay. So anyway, Dan's going to go and bring the pressure washer up, and we're just going to run the drain jetter down, see if we can get it to that manhole and just make sure it's all running. And then we need to bring some soil onto here. I don't know whether you can tell, but there is a big hollow in the middle of this where that water's sat. So we're just going to bring it up and level it off before we bring the shed back onto here. And then we've still got this tree that needs taking down. I've chopped it off at the bottom. We just need to bring the JCB and lift it down. Dan's just feeding the drain jetter down from the pressure washer. Already that pipe is running more than I've ever seen it run, to be honest. I've never seen that much water come out of it before. It's very muddy water, so it's doing something, whatever it's doing. But it's hard work pushing it down. We thought it'd be a lot easier. I've tried rodding it up, and I've got, I think, 2/3 of the way up, but we thought it'd be easier. Once we found that pipe, we thought it'd be easier to rod it downhill. But it's still quite hard to push the pipe in, even with the jetter running. The way the jetter works, it's like a bullet head, and then it's got little holes in the head, so there's water that sprays out backwards, behind, to push the bullet forward, and then there's one jet that pushes out forward, which I guess the idea is to smash through anything that's like any mud or whatever that it finds on its way. Well, it's just stuck through. That's the drain jetter. We actually ran out of pipe. We had to back the tractor up right up to the manhole, so there wasn't another inch of pipe. That's as far as it was going. So I was quite lucky actually. I think that's 50 meters. Dan's tipped a couple of ton of soil on here. We had a pile of it, and it's looking actually quite dry once he's got the top layer off. So this will do a good job. We should be able to level it all off. It's just getting a little bit difficult with the lack of daylight now, but it's about 7 o'clock. I've just done an hour or so of pressure washing, so I need to turn my pressure down really in the morning and wash all the feeders and drinkers, and then we'll be getting closer to being ready. Still got a lot to do. Still a hell of a lot to do really in 2 days to get this ready. We normally try and clean the bin out. Not sure whether we'll get time to. We need to do something about this drain. Dan's thinking about putting a bit of a manhole in there and a bit of a grid drain under the tap, and also it'll take all the dump water out of the chicken shed, because at the moment it's just going onto the floor here, and we think it's working its way back under the shed and making all the muck wet because it's got nowhere else to go. Whereas if it can go into this grid, it'll hopefully help keep the chicken muck under the shed dry. Delivery man's caught a tree. That's our gate over there. He came out the gate, up the road,
and then caught one of these trees on the corner and ripped all of his crates off the back. So he's just had to take them all off and put the bent ones in the middle. Then he's going to try and put 2 tidy ones on the back. He's not having a very good day, this fella. It took him a good long while to back out of our place, and he hasn't got very far since then.
Yeah, the other thing that happened in the video was Dan welded this back door up, because I can't remember where it happened in the last video or in this video, but I took a load of muck with this grain door on and it completely bent it, tipping it off, and I bent it back straight, I think in the last video. And Dan's welded this bar on. He made a really good job of it. He cut it all out and welded it on, and it's just strengthened it, and we've tipped loads of muck with it since, and it's absolutely fine. It's mint now. So it did the job. So yeah, it's quite a handy trailer really. We're quite happy with it. We moved a lot of muck out of this calf pen, which I'll show you. I don't know how many trailer loads. Quite a few trailer loads, because there's a lot of muck in this pen. And then we cleaned this pen out as well, which I was hoping to fill with calves again, but I only managed to pick up 2 from the market. Really good little Angus heifer and a really rubbish Hereford heifer. But the ring was that full, I couldn't see what I was bidding on. I didn't realise it was as poor as it was. So I don't know whether it's going to make it or not, but Angus heifer's great, really keen little thing. We've got the machine going again. We've just got 1 stall on to try and avoid them wasting milk, because if you've got the 2 stalls running and they both go in one of them and one of them doesn't drink the milk, or both of them don't drink the milk, it'll get wasted. Whereas if you just have 1 stall going and one of them goes in and it mixes milk but it doesn't drink it, then the next calf will go in and finish the milk, hopefully, in theory. But hopefully we'll get some more calves in here pretty soon, because it's not ideal having just 2 calves on the machine. It's better with like 10 on each stall. So yeah, there's quite a lot of muck come out. We didn't muck that pen out because there wasn't as much in that one. But yeah, so we've been busy doing that the last couple of days. So, and then I'll go down now to the chickens and show you, and just finish the video down there. So yeah, we got the hens in this shed yesterday. The hens, for some reason, they normally turn up in like a pickup truck and trailer, but yesterday they turned up in an Arctic. And then he didn't stop where I thought he was going to stop. He carried on up the yard, so he had a bit of a job backing out, because he wasn't the world's best reverser. But yeah, we got them unloaded pretty quick and no trouble, apart from Dan had a couple of troubles where we couldn't get the lights on, so we unloaded the pullets into a dark shed, which wasn't ideal. But Dan quickly managed to fix the electric problem. One of the timers had just gone wrong again. So yeah, we got them unloaded okay, and then we had just a lot of drama with the lorry driver. He just had he was having a bad day, I think, because he was due to do 2 more drops after us, and I think it got so late, he ended up having to go straight back to the yard and leave the hens on the lorry overnight, which doesn't sound great, but apparently it does happen. But yeah, luckily ours were in fine. So we got Dan did loads and loads of work the day that they arrived. Just getting the shed all ready again, connected up, getting the water connected back up. He's put a drain in. He's got that hole backfilled. We just need to knock that post in, or it looks like he maybe knocked it in, and get all that electric tied back, fastened back to that new post, because the old post was rotten. So yeah, there we are. I'm going to end the video here. Sorry, it was a bit of a mess. I'm going to have a better memory card for the next video, so hopefully we won't lose any of the footage. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully in the next video we'll have some more calves in, and we'll be getting to grips with the calf feeder and teaching some new calves to drink on that. So we'll look forward to that, and hopefully some longer days and better weather. So yeah, this tractor's, I need to get Mark to have a look at it. Mark's just doing the timing belt on the Land Rover at the moment, but I'm hoping to get him to have a look at this before he goes, because there's something wrong with this tractor. Sometimes it'll start no problem, and other times it seems as though the battery's really lazy, and we've had to jump start it, and we don't know whether it's a loose wire or something, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the battery. Because like you say, one day it'll be fine, and the next day you come to it, having run it for hours and hours, you come to it and it won't start, like the battery is dead. But we don't think that's what it is. We think it's a wiring problem. But anyway, we'll get him to have a look. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. This will be the end of January, so the next one will be February. So yeah, bye for now.